Brought to you by Remax Diamond Realty.
All right, everybody, the tax man cometh. And we are comething to you from the KUM studios in Harmon, even though Shakespeare is rolling his eyes right now at my use of the language that he perfected. But reason being, we are talking about tax season. Liz and Gina are here from Remax Diamond Realty Guam. Please do not butcher Shakespeare like I just did, but
won't even try.
Yeah, well, one thing that you do want to try is to make sure that you get your taxes in. And ladies, I'm sure this is a very tense time for you right now in the real estate business with April 15th on a Saturday this year.
That's right.
That's one thing people got to realize. So you
and
actually
Easter the following day.
Yeah, happy Easter, by the way.
Yeah, happy Easter to both of you and your families. So,
yes.
so what do people need to know about taxes relative to real estate?
Well, if you purchased a house, let's say 2016, you want to declare your expenses associated with that purchase. And normally you would pull your, Gina and I have a policy of sometimes we would pull all the HUD statements, you know, that shows when you close your sale, there's a statement, a closing statement that shows all your expenses associated with the sale of that property. It'll show the commissions that you paid, or if you're the buyer, it'll be on the other side of the transaction, but it'll show all the expenses associated with that closing. You want to be able to pull that document and present that to your tax person, because when they prepare your taxes, you know, you want to make sure you subtract a number of your expenses. Or if, for example, you renovated your home, you want to pull all those receipts and what you expended on your home and give that to your tax person.
Gina, I got a real quick question. This just dawned on me right now. If you are one of those people who sublet their home, it's an interesting dichotomy to be in, because you're simultaneously receiving revenue in a certain sense, and then you're also paying someone for the use of the property. What documents do you have and that you have to file? Because, you know, it's not exactly like you're getting a W-2 or, you know, like that. Like, how, if you're a sublet person, how do you
So you're renting a property, but you're leasing part of it out to somebody else?
Yeah, you may be charging somebody else to stay with you in that house. So.
Well, hopefully you're declaring your gross receipt tax, and you've got, you know, we're giving real estate information based on what we know about real estate, but what you really should be doing is consulting with a tax professional. And we're just telling you from the real estate angle what to bring along when you go see your real estate, I mean your tax people. In this case, if you're collecting income, then hopefully you've got a tax consultant that has already set up your business license and your GRT to be able to do that. And what I would say is keep an accounting of all your GRT records. So at the end of the year, when you, like, it's coming up this, you know, if you haven't filed already, it's coming up on April 15th.
That's
right.
Right.
And if you're going to extend, then you've got a little bit more time. God knows I always extend, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. As long as you ultimately pay it, that's what matters.
Oh, we have to pay it.
Yeah,
yeah,
We have to
absolutely.
pay
You
it.
always end up paying. But so keep track of your GRT records, and that you give to your tax person to show what your actual income received was, and keep track of all your expenses. So I have a folder where all my expenses for a property will go into, and I keep track of that. And you take all of those documents, and you got to make it as easy as you can for your tax consultant. Bring it in, have it organized, type it all out on a piece of paper so they don't have to shift through everything, and keep your records in order. And that way, hopefully your bill is not as expensive. But you take that in there and you present all of that, and you know, that should help with the taxes. Yeah. Keep in mind, you know, like what Liz was mentioning, when you buy real estate or you sell real estate and you go to your tax person, they don't know you did that this year. It's not written anywhere.
Yep.
You have to make sure you bring these documents. And what I have found in my business is that document Liz was talking about, that HUD statement. So it's part of your closing when you buy or sell a property. It's a statement that outlines all the monies that were either received or paid out. Your tax guy doesn't know you did that, that you went through this process of buying or selling during the year. So make sure you bring that record to him, because there's a lot of expenses on that sheet that they can deduct from your income tax returns.
Yeah, Liz, what do you see? What is the most common mistake that you see people, either because they're first time people trying to get their real estate or their property taxes in, or just, you know, like a common oversight?
I think the common thing is they don't know they could declare certain things as a tax deduction. And as Gina mentioned, when you go to your tax consultant, of course, the longer it takes for him to prepare your tax form, the more he'll charge you. So to make it as easy as possible is collect all your paperwork and then put it on a spreadsheet. So you break down what the expenses are, what was associated with rental, what was associated with a purchase, what was associated with renovation work, what was associated with, you know, miscellaneous parts of your total real estate picture. So the more you have it scattered and you just throw it at him, the tax person will take much longer, and it'll take a while. So you want to bring as much documentation as possible.
All right, get your paperwork together and make sure it gets in on time, I guess is the word.
Absolutely.
I think one of the things we want to point out is, don't wait till the last minute. Start in January. Gina keeps telling me this, hey, January's here, you gotta every month start putting together whatever paperwork you get as the year progresses versus waiting till the last minute because you'll miss something.
Uncle Sam will not forgive you for tomorrow time.
That's right.
All right, thanks so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
All right, please stay tuned. We're back after this.